We are out cutting. Illy, Agnes, Alex, and myself. I got to come along and help today. He's been pleasured, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah.
We had a good vacation, though. I guess it was last weekend. We drove down, just further down the Blue Ridge Mountains into North Carolina, and we stayed at a little, well, it wasn't little, but a nice bed and breakfast, and just had time away. I'd really been asking to just go away and get away from the flowers and the garden and all the everyday chores, and it was so nice. It was so relaxing. We didn't do a whole lot, but we got to see the Pasai National Forest, and we went to sliding rock, and then we went to Looking Glass Falls. And we love waterfalls. We always manage to end up at waterfalls, which is great because a lot of times it's inexpensive and it's beautiful. So now we're out here cutting. How many do we need?
120.
We need 120 stems.
Yeah.
So that's a little.
It's a lot.
Update. Well, a little update from last week, and then 100 and how many did you say?
120.
120 stems for today. They buy this in bunches, 5 stems per bunch. So my job is to count and then to go through and pull off any.
No, you don't have to pull, just bunch.
Oh, I don't have to pull. Never mind. When we keep it, this is for an order. When we keep it for ourselves, then that's I guess what I'm used to. I'm used to keeping and then having to go through and pull off the dead leaves. Alex is so much faster at this than me. It's embarrassing when I do it. He's so quick. How far do I need to put this up?
As far as you can, but be careful, there's thorns. That's fine, right there's fine.
Okay, and then another bottom one.
Look, you have to make sure all of them are even at the top. Like that.
Okay.
And then one at the bottom.
I'm still learning.
Ouch!
One really cool thing about today, we went and we had like a family day. We got to go shopping, well, thrifting. So we stopped at one florist, all of us, and then Alex dropped me and Kez went off to do some thrifting, and then he went with Vincent, because Vincent was napping, to go to 2 more florists, and it was just a really fun day. It was one of those days where it made me really glad that this is our lifestyle, because we were together as a family. We were selling flowers. It was a good day. We sold some flowers, made new contacts, and we
It's got a lot of thorns. Watch your fingers.
Okay. And then we were all together. And so for me, if you don't like your family, that might not be a good thing. You might be like, this is a punishment. But for us, it was just a really fun day, being together, being productive. Just when we have days like today, it makes me so thankful that this is the life that we are living, because of course we could do other things that would, make us more money right now, but we would be missing a lot of our children's childhood. And right now I'm with them every day, all day. Alex is with them a lot more than what if he worked just like a normal job. I always say like a normal job. I don't think his job is super normal. I like it. It's cool. It's definitely different. But today was just a good day. It really blessed me. Little fun fact, when we first started vlogging, I would always, which I feel like everyone does, like you want to look the best for the camera. But then reality is, like, every time you turn the camera on, like today, you realize what you're really looking like. But now it's just kind of like whatever. But Alex, that was beside the point. I was a little sidetracked. Alex asked if I would tell y'all a little bit about our trip. And I say it was a God thing, because I was searching some different places in the area that I knew we wanted to go. So we weren't super far from home. So the littles didn't have to have like hours upon hours in the car, and that would just help all of our sanity. But I knew the area, and I was looking at different places to stay, and the problem was a lot of them were this was a Monday, they were already all booked up for the weekend. And I was like, man, like I really I wanted to go. It was going to work out good with flowers to go. So I called a few places. We checked about a campground and staying in a cabin, and we could have taken Hamilton, which would have been awesome. But I knew, like, he's new puppy, to have him right in the car. He's still getting used to that, and I wasn't sure. So I called another place. I was like, I really would love to stay here, but I see that it's booked online. Do you happen to have anything available? And the lady was super sweet. She was like, no, you know, everything's booked up. And so I was like, okay, and hung up. Well, I just felt like I should just call back and be like, you know, if anyone cancels, because I know people cancel, can you call me? Because I really would like a room. Well, she didn't call back, so I was like, okay, I need to find somewhere else, because if I wait too long on this one place, I'm gonna miss other opportunities. So I was like looking. I thought I was calling back the campground, because we just decided, okay, we were gonna have to change a few dates, like one day. So we would have stayed from a Saturday to a Monday instead of a Friday to a Sunday. And I was like, well, that's okay. So I was trying to call back the campground. Before I even let the ladies answer and say where she was from, I was like, hey, you know, I called earlier and I just, you know, I want the cabin, it'll be fine. Great. The lady was super sweet, but she's like, I feel like you must have called somewhere else, she said, because we don't actually have cabins. She's like, we have rooms, but we don't have cabins. And I was just like, well, man, where have I called? This is why I say it was a God thing, because I had accidentally called the place that I had wanted to stay at originally that was full. The lady was like, well, actually, she's like, we have a room available now. She was like, asked if, you know, for our name. And I said, yeah. I was like, that's me. I'm the one who said, like, can you call me back? And she was like, well, I was actually just about to call you. But she wasn't sure if the room, she needed to check with management or whatever to see that it was actually open. Well, I decided, I was like, I really don't want to miss this room, and I know places can get busy and, you know, not call me back. So I went on the website then, and it said a room was, ouch. He said I was full of thorns. Felt that one. Well, she said that the room was open. I got sidetracked now that I thorned myself. Ouch.
Oh, good?
No. Well, a room came up, and I just was like, I'm just going to book it right now, and then I'll call her back and, you know, tell her I got it. Well, in the meantime, I called Alex to let him know, like, what happened and how we're going to stay at the place that I originally wanted us to stay. Well, then this place beeped in, and she said, so I'm not sure if it's you, because I could tell, like, she's like, something's up. She's like, but in a matter of seconds of me telling you that the room was available, she's like, it got booked. And I kind of giggled, and I said, yes. I said, that's me, you know, you don't have to. And she said, well, she was happy, she was relieved, because she was like, when I seen that it was booked, she said, my heart just dropped for you, because, you know, here a room had came open for us, and then she had called to tell me, and then now it was full. Anyways, so we got the room. Our stay was wonderful. We met the owners, was a son and a grandson of this lady, Marcy, we met, that owned it was a bed and breakfast. And she was like the sweetest woman, and I felt like she spoke such life over Alex and doing flowers and just encouraging us to live a different lifestyle. She told you, she said, do what everyone else doesn't do. She's like, be different. We'll go the uncommon path. Go your own path.
We need to move forward.
Okay. I just really thought that was like exactly what we needed to hear, and it was so encouraging, and she was so sweet. We were just really glad we could stay there, and we got to meet her. We've moved to a second. It has a lot of thorns.
Yep.
To a second bush tree.
Here you go.
Group. We'll see how many times I get stabbed in the hand this time. Hopefully not too many. I actually need to count how many is in the truck bed. I got busy talking, didn't get that part. So let's count how many there is. I think there's 6.
Okay, and it will not bend. Once they go in, they will go in.
What do you mean?
The actual thorn.
Oh.
This isn't like little baby thorns. This crap is thorny.
Okay.
I'm not telling you that just to kid you.
I'm not So back to meeting Marcy. I'm gonna try to turn this so you can see Alex.
How many you got?
4.
Here you go.
Marcy from the inn, she was 90. Was she 90?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 90 years old, which I think is amazing. I want to live to be very old.
And she was getting around.
Yeah, she was not just sitting. She was moving it. If you watched her walk around, that sounds kind of weird, but if you just seen her out and about, like, she was not just like putzing. She was really getting places. Yeah, I feel like she really spoke life over us, especially over Alex. And I feel like maybe I feel like it was all a God thing, and maybe the reason we were supposed to stay there was to meet Marcy and the whole family, and for her to speak such life over what we're doing, and just affirm that, you know, it is good to be different. It is good to put in hard work and have a different life if it matches up with your goals and what you think God has kind of put in your direction to do. Really excited, but they actually, her son, we met her grandson and her son and herself. They actually invited us back this fall to have Alex talk about the location of like their bushes that they have. Now, let me show you this thorn right here. This point right at my nose really is what got me over here. It doesn't look like much. That hurt. So we're really excited to get to go back, and that area was a really cool town too. They had a really nice playground. Their main street was amazing. Well, how would you describe that? Their main street?
A lot to do.
Yeah, a lot of restaurants with outdoor seating.
There's nothing to do here. So you see what we're doing.
That's okay.
This is the nightlife because it's almost about to fall dark.
I love where we live. I love our little country town. It's quiet and it's peaceful, and if you ever just want to get away from, if you live in a city and you want quiet, well then this is the place.
And if you wonder where we're at, we're literally on the side of the road. 50 foot off the side of the road.
This is 8. We're not literally right. We're right beside it, but yet we're not just like right beside it.
Ouch!
You told me not to injure myself.
Yeah, but you'll get hurt.
Accident. One of the places we went to was Jump Off Rock, and it has a really bittersweet story about a Indian woman who her love went off to a battle and never returned, so she supposedly jumped off this rock, and you could see 4 different states from this point, and it was really pretty. They were actually setting up, as we were leaving, for a wedding. They were going to do a wedding there, and if you follow us on our Instagram, we took some pictures of Vincent and Keslin there. For us, like I mentioned before, like there's so many places you could go, but for now, to go somewhere close, I just think it's awesome to go to the places that maybe like what we gravitate towards would be not where everyone goes, because everyone's already seen it. You've seen it a million times on social media. Like, we like to go somewhere different. Jump Off Rock just kind of felt like that little, it was really easy to get to, and it was just like a little gem, and they had a little we did one of the easier trails around it, but it was just really cool to be able to see so far. Yeah, to take our little babies with us, because when we were dating, we did stuff like that all the time, and then, you know, when your babies are little, we just kind of like stopped. And now I feel like since, well, you know, Keslin's older, Vincent, he's past like the newborn, he's actually walking around stuff now, which is crazy. We can do more like that again, and it's just so fun to see them come along with us and to see their reactions, which Vincent, he kind of doesn't know what's happening, but Keslin does, and it's cool to see her respond to different things that she doesn't see just every day. Alex knows a lot more about this than I do, so I asked him, well, what are they going to be used for? And he said probably weddings, to wrap archways or banisters. Now we're off to find some more. Hasn't started raining yet, but did none of those. They take too much time. We're getting out at hopefully our last stop. We have 10 bunches of 5, and now we need definitely 25 more. So we hope we can get them where we're at right now. So we're gonna set y'all and let y'all watch, and we're gonna get to bunching.
When we got it,
we had like a 30-minute time to get ready to come do this, to get the children a sitter, which was my mom, to stay with them, and to get out here and to cut 35.
Yeah, he called. I said to Miranda if we were going to be doing this all the time, which I do this all the time, but on an impulsive level, then we should be charging double for it. And today, like Miranda was talking about, we went to Wytheville, which is a couple counties over, and met some new customers for some of our retail shops, not the wholesale shops, but the retail shops. Another thing that we done that was very exciting today is we probably multiplied our inventory for next year almost 10 times.
Yeah.
And so it might even be more than that.
Placed.
Yeah, we got some orders placed, and our seeds, most of them should be here. Tubers are coming in, and then we have tubers coming in all winter long. And so
that's cool.
We're going to have a lot of stuff going on next year.
Some of them are coming from Holland, right?
Yeah, some are from Holland, some are from South America. And then a lot of our seeds are coming from Johnny Seed. And then we'll get our plugs probably from Ball Seed, which is Color Link, if anybody knows what that is, Edney.
Okay.
About what the
20.
Ouch.
Number 20. Number ouch.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those. You got a lot of things that are on these Elaeagnus is honeysuckle, and I always used to mistake it for poison oak and poison ivy, but it's really not, and it doesn't even look like it. It's not even worth trying to cut off the stem when you're trying to cut it, because you're only getting wholesale $1 a piece for these. So why would you try to do that? Just go on to the next one. Ouch. Those are all blackberries. Everything you see around the ouch in the butt is blackberries. Honeysuckle.
Some honeysuckle that doesn't want to let go.
Exactly what I just said. So right there, it's okay if you just can clip that, but that's about what you need. And I trim it up right here on the where you would stick your hand, and also place your right there's one. Show that. Yeah, those things do not break. And my finger is, well, I don't know if it's bleeding, but that's what happens.
I'll get you a Band-Aid, okay?
Yeah.
Some of the smaller, like this, I've been saving with the berries for this week's farmer's market. We'll use some of it in those bouquets that we're making for that, and I think it'll be so pretty with the berries. It's such like a fall to me. Stick those right there. And the rain is coming. We are working on bunch 28 and it started to rain. So Alex said he might come and get the rest, or get the rest in the morning, which I'm okay with. I don't have to get sopping wet.
Yeah, that's enough, and it's almost filled the truck bed.
Yeah.
Look at the wind. We have a
We have a what?
tornado.
Oh, we're under a tornado. I think this area is under a tornado watch.
Yeah. Show the wind.
Okay.
I don't know if they can see it. Okay. That's fine.
So it's been fun though. He asked if I liked this, and I said yeah. A lot of my jobs in the past, before we were married, I was working with the public, and I would pick trees over the public any day. It is an update, yeah.
A quick update before we go is that be on the watch for a name change. We are Windybrookridge right now, and that's what the farm will consistently stay as. But for the name of who I will be, will be a little bit different.
On the channel, yeah.
Yeah, on the channel. So we're trying to gear it more towards foraging and flowers and a little of homestead, but it will still all be there. It'd be like a third homestead and maybe 2/3 of the flower and foraging kind of thing, because that's the business that provides and thrives for the homestead.
And what we do the homesteading also every day, but we feel like maybe we should focus more in the flower direction, since that's what really sets us apart from just a homesteader.
It can be easy to teach somebody this as well, because this is the homestead. Going around in your local area and just working on the sides of the road,
and being your own boss,
Yeah.
which allows you to be self-sustainable away from a corporate job or working for a company. You're your own boss. You're being sustainable on your own.
That's with little initial investment. So that's the great part. It just takes the knowledge part to learn it all.
And the willingness to be out in it's sprinkling.
Yeah, it's sprinkling, but it was pouring down rain this morning.
So yeah, this is much better.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. All right.
We'll see you on the next one.